Okay, I'm here in Hyodori-dai, which is in the northern part of Kobe. I'm at Gyomu Supa. It's like a wholesale foods place that I like to shop at. But I'm just going to walk around and show you what this neighborhood looks like. I've actually never walked around here before. But yeah, anyways, it's May 27th, and you can see it's kind of overcast here. And it's unusually cold this year. I'm just walking around here. I've never walked around here before, but I'm going to give you an idea of what it's like to walk down a street in Japan. But yeah, it's May 27th, and we had a long winter. It was really cold, and usually in April it starts warming up, but you know, because in April we have cherry blossoms here. So when the weather gets warmer, the cherry blossoms bloom, and this year the cherry blossoms bloomed, but it was still really cold out. And today, I mean, it's almost June right now. I'm wearing a jacket right now, and it's still a little bit chilly. So this has been a long winter for sure. This looks like a new neighborhood. Like all these houses look new. Look, check this out. See, this is like a new house. But it's like really small. And this house to me is like the quintessential modern Japanese house. You know, the way Japanese people build houses is like they want to keep the world outside. They don't want you looking into their business. So you're always going to see a fence, small little windows, and small doors that are like burglar proof. A lot of my foreign oh, here's a kind of a cute little house. I mean, this too is a modern house. You can tell it's new. And see, they just have this little tiny space for a driveway. But it's so small. I mean, yeah, just like I was saying, a lot of my acquaintances here in Kansai who are not Japanese have bought houses here in Japan, and now I'm coming into a neighborhood where like all these houses, you can tell they've all been built in the last 15 years. So all my friends have bought houses here in Japan, but all I hear is from my Japanese acquaintances is that pretty much when you buy a house here in Japan, you can expect that the value of the house will go down over time and not up. And that's true, because look around. Look at these cars. Everybody has new cars. People don't buy used cars here. People don't buy used TVs and used electronic goods. People in Japan buy everything new. New has value, old doesn't have value. And it's the same with houses. So I just cannot bring myself to buy a home here in Japan because it's such a big purchase, you know. I mean, I would have to use a good chunk of my life savings to do something like that, and I just can't bring myself to do it because you know, I don't want to buy a house and then, you know, move in 10 years and not make a profit from it. Okay, this is pretty cool. I mean, you can tell this is a new neighborhood too because of the way it's laid out. Like, if you go to a traditional style neighborhood, The streets are really narrow, like only about 6 feet wide, and they're not in a square shape like the block. There's no blocks, kind of. The blocks are not in a square shape, but here everything looks like it's been pre-planned and organized. You can see there's a playground over there for the children in the neighborhood. And another reason why I can't bring myself to buy a Japanese house is because they're so damn small. I mean, even the place I live in now, it's just, I always feel like I'm in a closet. I just feel so claustrophobic. Even when I go to my friends' houses, and they have like a regular sized Japanese house, it still feels small to me and uncomfortable. And I could never put my life savings into a place where I didn't feel comfortable. So those are some issues I've had to deal with living in Japan, and it's been really tough because I've always been on the wall about whether I'm going to stay here for a long time or not. And one thing that would make my life a lot more comfortable is if I didn't have to rent an apartment, if I had my own place that I knew was mine. Yet on the other hand, I'm conflicted because I just can't bring myself to buy or to live in a Japanese house. Now I know these houses look nice on the outside, but if you go inside, they're going to have small little rooms. You know, I'm gonna have to, I mean, I'm only 6'1", but if I go into one of these houses, I'm gonna have to duck every time I go into a room. I'm gonna have to duck under the beam that separates the rooms. You know, I like space. Space makes me feel relaxed and at peace with myself, but I wouldn't feel that way if I lived in a Japanese house. And here's another thing about Japanese houses, which I just showed you. Like, look at the little windows on this house. Okay, I like sunlight, and I don't think this room is going to get a lot of sunlight with these tiny little windows. Kind of looks like a prefabricated house. I bet all these houses were built by the same construction company too. I mean, yeah, it looks like an adorable little neighborhood though. I don't mind shooting videos of it, but I wouldn't want to live here. Look at this house over here. He's got a cute little car there. But you know, I guess if you grew up here and you're only 5 feet tall, you could enjoy living in a Japanese house.